Well, the maker of Twinkies just got a lifeline. Hostess and its striking bakers union are headed straight to mediation. This came out of a court hearing today, and on Friday, the bankrupt company said that negotiations with the union were over and that it planned to shut down for good. CNN Money's James O'Toole was inside the courtroom. He joins us now. And James, what happened in court today?
Well, Ryan, I think it was a big surprise for all parties concerned. You know, as you said last week, Hostess announced that basically they had failed to come to a deal with their bakers union. They were going to close their doors, sell off their assets. And so what they were expecting out of today's hearing was basically the judge to kind of rubber stamp that request, allow them to close their doors officially and start selling off some of these assets. But in fact, the judge urged both the union and Hostess management to go into mediation, to just give it one more day tomorrow to see if they can hammer out a deal and save these 18,000 jobs.
Okay, so he gives them one more day, but it sounds like from what you're saying, the judge really had a concern about people losing their jobs.
Absolutely. You know, this is something that they've been negotiating over for months, really, Hostess management and their unions. And in fact, some of the other unions, the Teamsters, for example, had accepted this new contract. It was just this bakers union, which represents about 5,000 of the 18,000 employees, that was holding out. So I think the judge is hopeful that giving it maybe one more day, they can perhaps hammer out a solution that's going to preserve all these jobs.
Okay, and James, the other thing is it's a tough situation because Hostess, by going to bankruptcy court, they want to proceed with liquidation. So the union now has to kind of come to the table a little bit. What happens if it falls through? Did the judge say, well, then, yes, we'll go forward with bankruptcy?
You know, I don't think they'll have any other choice. Hostess will have to basically close its doors, start selling off its assets. You know, it's possible that somebody else will come in and buy them. There was a report today from Fortune that potentially a private equity firm, Sun Capital Partners, could come in. They could buy the company and perhaps work with some of the unions to keep some of these folks on the job. Failing that, I think it's at least likely that Hostess will be able to sell off the rights to some of its brands so that potentially Twinkies could be, a product produced by another company that, that buys up those rights at auction. So I think that if you're one of those people that's considering buying Twinkies for $100 on eBay, worried that we'll never see them again, you probably shouldn't do that. But the real question is these 18,000 jobs, and that's what they're going to try to do tomorrow, is to save those jobs.
Yeah, hopefully those jobs will be saved. And also, you're right, hopefully people aren't spending $100 for a Twinkie. James, thank you.
Thank you.